Welcome to INN CEO Talks. Joining me today is Karim Rayani, the CEO of Falcon Gold, which trades on the TSX Venture under the symbol FG. Falcon Gold is a Canadian mineral exploration company focused on generating, acquiring, and exploring opportunities in the Americas, primarily in Canada, but also into Chile. Karim, welcome.
Stu, always a pleasure.
It's been a while since we've had this conversation about Falcon Gold. Why don't you bring us up to speed? Because on your Canadian projects, first of all, you've got Central Canada. Let's start there. What's happening? What's the current state of affairs?
So Central Canada is located in northern Ontario, just outside or just inside the town of Aticoken. Rich mining history dating back to the 30s. The Central Canada project is our flagship, 230,000 ounces historic resource, grading 9.99 grams.
Wow.
It's been on care and maintenance the last 12 to 18 months.
You ran into some weather challenges, didn't
Weather
you?
challenges.
Yeah.
About a
So
year and
what
a half.
happened there?
Extreme flooding, forest fires, and drill crew, basically with the delays, we couldn't keep the drill crew on standby any longer, so it caused about a 2-year delay.
Wow.
So we're quite excited to be returning to Central Canada. We did use the time wisely. We have a number of holdings in Newfoundland, about 100,000 hectares tied onto major structures. I think most of your viewers are familiar with Newfound Gold. We've got holdings in the northern part of Newfoundland, in the southern part, in the Hope district. We've got Matador Mining attached to us on the north. First Mining's deposit, which has since been optioned to Big Ridge. 1 million ounces on the top, 1 million ounces on the bottom, and we have all the ground right in the middle. And then directly to our east, we have the first or the second lithium discovery on the island. Benton and Sokiman are directly tied on. They've been hitting very high grades of pegmatites. So much so that a company by the name of Piedmont Lithium just injected $20 million into that company to earn a 70% interest. So Piedmont is an $800 million market cap company. They recently signed offtake agreements with Tesla, and they're kind of poised to become the next supplier of spodumene.
Really? So this is already in the works. This is a big project.
And we have one of the largest land holdings in the center of all this action.
So where are you at on development of that property?
We just completed a surface sampling soils just about a month or two back. Because of weather, it's a little tedious to get in there. We have to book crews 6 months to a year in advance. So the next we'll probably be getting in there by about April, May of next year. And then once we have our drill targeting done, we'll basically be mobilizing permits and get crews on the ground.
So what is the plan for Falcon Gold as far as ownership moving forward? Do you see vending in, or will you stay with this project as it continues to unfold?
We have about 14 projects, mainly focused in Canada. The Central Canada project is our flagship, so that obviously we're spending resources there. The Hope Brook was a gold project, but now it's turning into a lithium play. So with Piedmont kind of new in the area, there's a great chance, a greater chance that they may come and knock on our door. They recently did a deal with Benton and Sokiman, and we're right there on the same trend, same fault line. And from our initial work that we've done, we've got lithium, but we also have critical elements. We had over 30 or 40 different elements encountered on our most recent program. The thing with Newfoundland is, because it's new territory, a lot of discoveries are getting found. It's kind of a treasure chest. You're going in for gold, but you get lithium. Our other project in the north, the Great Burnt, has been hitting some of the highest. Our neighbors have been hitting some of the highest copper numbers across the board, between 2% and 11% copper over some pretty decent intercepts. So, and we have, again, the largest land package in the Great Burnt camp next door to Benton.
So with those two projects that are in Newfoundland, the Piedmont and the Great Burnt, what are your strategies going forward though? Like as you move and prove out the resource and then move to the next stage of development, will Falcon Gold stay involved?
We're trying to do it all ourselves, 100% control, 100% interest. NSR that smelter royalty, really advance the projects to a stage then where we can bring in an operator. Our job is, or our goal is not really to put it into production, but to prove up a resource and then bring in someone like a Piedmont who can execute and take it to the next level. We're trading at our 52-week lows, like most gold companies. The last,
Yes.
I think the next 6 to 12 months for gold is looking strong. We're back up to over 2,000 Canadian. So I think it's just timing, and interest rates and the whole macro environment right now for gold is looking better and more bullish than ever. So,
well, for investors, they take a look at any project that's developing like this and say, okay, where are you at right now, and how does that line up with the intersection when the market will go and your ability to go to market by producing? Where do you think that you're at in that timeline?
I would say the most advanced project we have is in Central Canada, just because we're going based on a 200,000 ounce resource. If you look at the lithium or you look at the copper, those are a bit more earlier stage projects. It's going to take a little bit of resources and time to define them. However, because our neighbors are having such great success, I think we can get to those stages where we do actually have a proven resource, provided that the commodity market returns and we're able to execute on our fundraising initiatives, etc. I think the next 12 to 24 months, we should be able to get some drills going and prove up some numbers.
So for investors, what's the most important thing that you want them to understand about Falcon Gold right now? Because as you pointed out, you've got numerous projects, most of them here in North America, but you're also down in Chile.
Right.
What is the most important thing for investors to consider right now as they say, yeah, I might be interested in putting some money into you?
I think if you're looking for a company that's been trading, again, 52-week lows, that's exposed to lithium, exposed to gold, exposed to copper, which is turning out to be one of the highest grade copper, projects, especially in Newfoundland, if not Canada. I don't think you can get more value on a company that's trading, where we're currently trading at. If you look at Antofagasta City, where our Chile projects are, that is the richest copper producing region in the world. And we've got ground tied onto Barrick, Yamana, BHP. Barrick paid 1 billion cash, Antofagasta paid 1 billion cash to Barrick to earn a 50% interest.
A 50% interest?
50% interest. And we're right in the center of this action. So, I think, as the gold markets return, we'll be able to execute on our long-term strategy. But from a point of Canada, where we're focused on right now, because we're choosing very wisely where to spend our money. I think between the Central Canada and the Newfoundland projects, I think there's enough there to really gather or to gain momentum here.
And what would you suggest to investors that they look for in the next quarter as they go through the process of considering Falcon Gold?
News flow will be permitting, drilling on both the Hope Brook tied on to, which is now Piedmont, which is very significant. We've got the Benton, the Great Burnt project, which is tied on to Benton Sokiman, which is as high as 11% copper over 20 meters. So I think once we get those permits in and we're able to execute on our drill plan, if you look at the share price of Benton over the last few weeks, it's up 300-400%. So we've been in a fairly slow period, but once drills start turning, I think I'm fairly optimistic that we'll be able to generate some high grade material.
When do you anticipate those drills will go into the ground, and then by extension, when will we see some results?
I think we're probably about 3 to 4 months away from permits. So hopefully we'll be able to start drilling by April, May.
And then later that quarter, get the results.
Correct.
So it's a good time to be looking at Falcon Gold.
I think most deals, if you look at any of the majors, you look at some of the smaller producers, with gold, I think most people are predicting gold to be anywhere between $2,300 and $2,500, this time next year. I think this is a great opportunity.
Wonderful. Thanks for your time today.
Thanks, Stu.